Hello. Welcome back. Missed you all so much. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, night. It's live. You can hear all kinds of rumbling. So we're going back into Tucson, Arizona today, and we're going to be covering the Nancy Guthrie case. There's some things to talk about.
Hello. Welcome back.
That scared the crap out of me. I always have a routine, and before I go live, I mute my phone. Today, apparently, I didn't. But I like to have chat in a couple places just in case it freezes in one. You just never know. But in this Nancy Guthrie case, we have signs. We have new suspect names. We have suspicions. And I found it, not the sign, even though I'm grateful for all signs that the universe provides, but I found, well, I shouldn't say I found it. We found it. I had many 1111 true crimers, RPIs, that did a wonderful job and sent me Luke Daly's arm, his right arm. Does he have a tattoo or not? We'll find out together. All right, you guys, so let's get started right away. We are live. We are always live. I don't do edits. So I want to thank you for joining me. I know your time is valuable. Hello, we have a special Laura Heiler, 15 months. Woo! Now, you guys, I bought us something. We have a yes button. And we have a no button, okay? So, Laura, thank you so much for being a private eye.
Well, yes.
It says something different every time. Well, not every time, but it does. Hi, Cat Lady. You say some really strange stuff going on in this case. It just is getting so weird. It's like really, really weird. And then I have something personal that happened to me that it's weird. Yeah, strange, right? That happens to be about this case. My hair looks gorgeous. Well, thank you, Jennyville. Hey, Spelled Pate. Hey, Carla. Carla, can you do me a favor and let me know if you're into horses? I was thinking about what you want to do over in your Starlight house, and horses came to mind. So let me know why horses came up. Maybe that reminds you of someone. So Jennyville's with us. She made it back. Antoinette. Hi, how are you? And welcome back. Glowy's here. We have a lot of people in the live. Thank you for joining me if you're in the live audience. Maybe you're in the live, but you're not in the chat. Thank you. And on replay crew. Between all three of the venues, you guys are making this channel grow, and I'm just always so grateful and thankful for that. We continue to expand, and our voices are becoming stronger for those that don't have voices, like Nancy Guthrie. So you guys, thanks for hitting like, subscribe, and all the supportive things that you do. It always means a great deal for me, and I love getting that report from YouTube at the end of the week that says how great we've been doing. We got an A this last time. So, all right, you guys. Hey, Stone Racing's here. I haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Lynn on YouTube. Welcome back. Tessie Cooper. Hello. Paulina Smith. Castle. Sending love from Tucson. Yes, hair looks very... Well, y'all, I'll have to do my hair like this more often. It actually depends on the weather. Whether I style it or not. No. All right. Let's get into it. Signs, suspects, and suspicion. All right. Jason Bourne is here. Thank you for being here. We've got that sign to talk about. And as you can see, we've got a picture of Luke Daly's arm. And there's a lot more to go over. So let's talk about what's been going on. JLR has stated in his tweet, which is X now, whatever, I can confirm the FBI went to gun stores in the Tucson area, looked into people with the following last names: Avanusi, Mobasher, y'all, I don't even know how to say these names, Behirmand, Becketeer, Abnus, and then that last one is, I have no idea how to say it, Shambayati. Okay, so these names are Iran names, Persian names, which is weird. Very, very weird, because Nancy Guthrie had an Iranian caregiver allegedly in 2003 that Nancy, fired. And those names all kind of connect. I shouldn't say all three of the names connect to the other names. So what am I talking about? They're like, how do you even say that? They're all from the same lineage. They're all connected, which is weird. So you have Abanusi, Brahirmond, and Abanus. So Abanusi is with an I and Abanus without an I. Same name, right? So that is really, really bizarre. And also weird because we're at war with Iran. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. But the guest house is where this person lives. So there was this previous healthcare worker, allegedly, and Nancy's address kicks up this person's name, which happens to be one of these three last names. Is that quinky dink enough? The person's name that had Nancy's address back in 2003 was Iranian, and allegedly stayed in the guest house. Now, this all connected, right? That could be why the feds are taking these names around to the Scottsdale gun shops. I don't know. But it's weird that they think that they're going to track this person that's on the porch somehow by a gun shop. I don't know why people, especially police, think that bad guys always purchase their guns legally to commit a crime. That's like something I just can't wrap my head around. So I don't know why they're going to gun shops. That's just weird. Spilled Paint Furniture Flipper says, you look really pretty in red, orange, purple, yellow, or gray. Okay, pretty much every color. Oh, thank you. Yes, she lived in the guest house, Venus. This is just wild to me. So I went ahead and grabbed Joseph Morris's channel. Some of you like him, some of you don't. He has great information today, and I want to make sure and share that with you. He puts it together so much better than I could at this point. It's all summed up so nice and neat. Let's just
Persian
share.
or Iranian origins. One of those last names is associated with someone who once stayed in Nancy Guthrie's guest house. Specifically, 84-year-old Nancy had an Iranian healthcare worker living in her guest house who was fired a few years back, around 2023, according to JLR. The worker focused on physical and mental well-being using magnetic field technology, and this was presented as confirmed fact by JLR, though no name was released publicly. But sleuths dug it up, so we'll get there. Now for some backstory. The guest house itself has been a huge point of interest in the search for Nancy Guthrie. Reports from the scene noted that the bed there appeared disturbed when authorities first
Okay, sorry. Please do not put it in comments that you had no sound for 25 seconds. Please, I'm just asking you kindly. All right, it's weird that we just got done watching this old video of Nancy on the Today Show and teaching how to make a bed, and then you look at the guest house area and the bed's not made. I know Nancy wouldn't be making the bed, but she had hired help. So is the bed unmade, or have they already, is this not the first photo as they're going in the bed in the guest house, and maybe the rug's messed up And maybe they just picked up the blankets and curled them back on top of the corner of the bed so that they could walk through there without tripping. So I don't know if the bed's unmade. I don't know. Yeah, I got it. We're no longer muted. Thank you. Usually Jennifer Swain will message me. Now Jenny Bill is. Thank you, lovely. So it is weird that this person, being fired by Nancy, it gives you a motive if the person is ridiculously holds a grudge, right? It's just weird, this whole Iranian thing, and at the same time we just went to war after Nancy's taken. I don't think it is connected, is it? I don't know. It's so weird. Okay, let's get back into
Access
this.
the property, implying someone may have stayed or been there shortly before or after the events. So to me, having a healthcare worker live at your property raises a few red flags. I don't know about you guys, because having someone with that level of prior access to the home could naturally raise questions about familiarity with the layout, routines, and even the security setup, though no official connection to the disappearance has been confirmed as of yet. Adding even more intrigue to the Persian name angle, online sleuths digging into public records have alleged that a woman named Fatima Bahramand once shared an address with Nancy Guthrie's property, likely during the period the Iranian healthcare worker stayed in the guest house. As one
Okay, so this person, Sarah Joan, writes, Fatima Bahramand, I don't know how to say that last name, at one time had same address as Nancy's address, probably from the time she lived in guest house. Her family members also have same last name in the list that JLR was provided by the gun shop owner. I've confirmed through the internet search she had same address, and this is put out by Sarah Jones. Now this gets kind of even weirder because, listen, I haven't been able to let go of my personal suspicions of Luke Daly. And then we had that guy, Zach. So Luke Daly got pulled over in the Culver's parking lot while his home got raided on Friday the 13th of February. He was in a Range Rover, which we then learned that was a new Range Rover to Luke that he had just recently got. When you track back that Range Rover, it came from an automobile sales lot that there's a guy named Zach, we'll call him Zach, that actually his address tracks right back to that business too. Now Zach kind of like came out on social media and he was like, I have nothing to do with the Nancy Guthrie case. I'm all the way over here in Jerusalem or Israel or whatever. But he actually, isn't he Iran too? Like in that area? I mean, isn't this all kind of connected? Am I getting too twisted? Like, I can't keep up with all this. So is Zach back in the picture? I don't know. Could he be connected to that Iranian person that stayed in the guest house? This just is blowing my mind. What are your thoughts on this? Brenna Rose says Luke Daly is my focus too. I'm still not over him. I'm still not over Tommaso. Okay, before we keep going, well, no, let's finish this thought. And before we switch, I'm going to tell you what happened last night that has me just going, what in the world, okay? But here we go.
One researcher, Sarah Jones, posted on X, Fatima Bahramand at one time had same address as Nancy's address, probably from the time she lived in guest house. Her family members also have some last names in the list JLR was provided by the gun shop owner. I have confirmed through an internet search she had same address. And get this, family members connected to this individual also appeared to link to other surnames on the gun shop list shared by JLR investigators. These connections have been confirmed through independent internet searches of address histories primarily in Arizona areas like Paradise Valley and Scottsdale. And to be clear, while this remains unverified by official sources and could be coincidental, it aligns with why the FBI pursued those specific names weeks ago.
So that in itself is all like weird that we would be dealing with all that. But I've got to tell you what's been happening. And it only happens, okay, it's only happened like two times in the past. And I've covered 150 cases. Gabby Petito, I would be woke up at a set time every single night. And I couldn't remember what I dreamed and stuff like that. But certain thing would pop in my head. And it said hidden waterfalls. And you can go back and watch all my lives because I would jump on the live. And I would tell you, I don't know why, but I woke up in sweat. And I have some names. And so we would Google the locations of the names, and it was taking us within 1 mile of where Gabby Petito was actually found later. That was wild. And it's all online. You can check it. My videos are still up today. Go back and look the Brian Laundrie Gabby Petito case. He took her life at the he took her life. Okay, I can't think of the spread. What was the campsite name? It's been years, y'all. Anyway, I said it happened 2 other times. Now it's happened 3 times. So then the next time, and I'm not a psychic, I just get weird things that happen. So that I covered a lot of other cases, and then it was like a year and a half later, I started being woke up in the middle of the night, and it's always at the exact same time that I get woke up, like I wake up. Anyway, and in the Harmony Montgomery case, I kept getting this hit of information that led to me calling in an FBI tip about Adam's refrigerator. Adam was the father of the child. Adam's old refrigerator at his apartment, that they would find biological evidence of her. I finally called it into the FBI, and sure enough, it was just a few days later within that week that the FBI went back to Adam's old apartment on national news. We watched live as they pulled his refrigerator out of that apartment, and indeed, they found biological evidence. So I don't chalk this up to things just being coincidental. That's too specific. So I'm going to tell you what's been happening. Now this is going to freak you out if you believe in the paranormal at all. Like I know I'm protected. So when I get these things that happen to me, don't take them as something could happen to me. I'm fully protected by Jesus as my Savior. I know this as a fact. These are more or less messages that get delivered, I guess. I don't know what you call it. I don't want to put a label on it. So when I started Nancy Guthrie's case, it went on for, at first it was just happening maybe once a week. And then by the 3rd week, it started happening to me very frequently, like 3 times a week. Now it's happening to me every single night. And I don't know why. So I'm just going to share with you what is happening. I don't know what to draw from it. Could be nothing. I don't think it's nothing. I think it's something. I don't know what it is. I'm not accusing Tommaso. I'm not saying any of this is true. But I'm going to share with you what I've been experiencing, and then we're going to get into the signs. We're going to get into Luke Daly's arm. But I want on record now what I'm telling you in case it comes up later, like it did in the Gabby Petito case, like it did in the Harmony Montgomery case. I want it for the record of what I'm experiencing. So whatever's going on in my dream, I can't exactly see. I just know I wake up at 3:34 a.m. 3:34 a.m. and it's exactly 3:34 a.m. each time. When I wake up, I am in fear, and I'm talking like not a nightmare happening to me, like I'm experiencing some sort of something that has me fearful. I wake up so hard that I'm like awake, like no groggy, nothing. Last night was the first time, and I had to pull it out of the dream, kind of like that Freddy Krueger thing, because I couldn't tell you what my dreams are about. Not a clue. I just know 3:34, I'm awake. But every time I wake up at 3:34 a.m., and I know it's about Nancy Guthrie, I'm aware of that part, I smell something. And it's such a sickening smell because it smells like wet, moldy onions. It is in the air. Like I have to get up because I'm ready to throw up from the sickly smell of these nasty onions. I can't even tell you why I smell that, but we have to. And I've asked, like, I've woke up my kid and been like, do you smell anything? He's like 22. And he's like, no. I'm like, you can't smell that? So it's something I'm only smelling. All right. Last night, I decided to try to pull out something. So when I have reoccurring dream and I cannot recall it, when I'm in the reoccurring dream, I will grab something like you do if you're in the Freddy Krueger movies and try to bring back something. And, you know, it's not really anything in my hand, but I'm going to remember what I'm holding, basically. And so as I came out of my dream last night, because the strong smell of these sickening onions were so strong that my eyes were burning physically. Like if I would have had the onion up to my face, it couldn't have been more potent. So as I'm coming out of the dream because of the smell and I'm sitting up, I got something. And I realized what in my mind I was holding when I left the reoccurring dream. And it's a cloak. And I'm like, oh my God. So as I am coming out of the dream, I reached out and I grabbed a hold of someone. And this person was Tomato. And they had done ritualistic shit. There were ruin carvings all over Nancy. I'm just leaving it that way. And then they burned her. And he was actually this dragon master. He had on these fake horns that went up and curled. He was in these black robe. And I was holding on to the cloak. Now, I have no idea why I dreamed that. I am not saying Tomato did anything or has anything to do with any of that. I'm telling you what my dream was. And it may be nothing. But it was so, it wasn't raw onions. I like the smell of raw onions. These are like the smell of rotten potatoes mixed with onions. It's like a really bad smell. And it's overpowering. I don't know what it means. But I thought I'd share it for the record, because that's so weird. So why am I dreaming of this? Like it was carved in skin, these ruins all over her. And that's why I'm covered in fear in my dream, is I'm like a smoky gas, like ghost floating over this entire scene in my dream. And I thought, okay, we've been dealing with a lot of these Lucifer things and these club rituals and all that, and it's gotten very dark. But it's possible that that's influenced me and I'm having nightmares for Nancy. It could be just simply that. But the smell, that's something different. That's not something I'm dreaming. That's not something really in my house. That is significant to be smelling that smell. And I don't know what that would have to do with it and why 3:34. So the onions and the smell of that are putrid. And my house smells good. I have a clean house. You see it. It's not, it's a wonderful smelling houses. So Jason... Jason said, tomatoes and onions go together. Tomatoes and onions do go together in Italian meals. That is weird. That is weird. So, yes, I don't know. I've never smelt burning flesh, Sheila. I've never smelt it. I don't want to. Could it be that? I don't know. It's freaking me out though, and I wanted it off my chest. So I just wanted to get it out there. I know y'all can think I'm weird. I'm okay with that. I don't care. I know what I know, and I know I was dreaming that. So I was looking at this, and I wanted to get a picture of that tattoo. And so I finally did locate a way to get... Hold on, we're going to do the sign next. So I walked through here until I got the actual photographs. Not the AI adjusted, but the actual photographs of what the tattoo looked like. Thank you for sharing. Don't doubt yourself. Well, the smell has nothing to do with my dream. Maybe it does. But I mean, I know that's a physical thing I'm smelling. It's not in my head. I actually have to get up and energetically clear my house and then go back to sleep, because I literally have to smudge my house for the smell to go away. Maybe get found by someone smelling something like you were describing. I never know. Oh, Liam's in the house. At least you got clothes on today. Never eat tomato and cucumber together. They digest differently and can cause bloating. That's wild. I didn't know that. Your tip of the day. Thank you, Liam. Rhonda says they might be the time she passed or the time that they did that to her. I don't know. But for me to have gotten any type of psychic connection to her, that's why I don't claim to be psychic, because I have no control of it, and it so rarely happens. Like, I covered the Harmony Montgomery case years ago, and I have covered so many cases in between, and I don't get any psychic hits. So I can't say I'm like psychic where I can do the Donna Reverend. I mean, like, I see a wheel. I can't do any of that. I get, like I said, random occurrences in my life where something weird happens. I am being woke up at 3:34, and every single time is that weird onion smell. And I'm getting to where I hate that smell. But for me to have come through my dream as I was waking up, I grabbed him because I'm like, you're coming with me, dude. And as I woke up, I was quite mentally aware then. I had my hand up even, that at the point I was sleeping, I had hold of that cloak. I grabbed the cloak. And when I woke up, my hand was in the shape of a fist. And I was like, I still had that. And I was like, okay, I had a cloak and it belonged to. And when I asked the question who it belonged to, I remembered I was up out of my bed, because that was so weird. I'm like, he's the Dragon Master guy. Whatever that is. Like, he had these horns that went up, and he had black lines that were painted on across, like, a football player would do. And he was in this black cloak. It was just creepy. So I was like, so he's the leader, is what I was thinking in my, afterwards about the dream, because then I remembered the whole dream. And that was so disturbing. I was like, I got to shake this off. And it may never have happened. It may never have happened. It might just be the dream. Well, what does it smell like? I told you. Like rotten onions. It's weird. Yeah, whatever that is, I'm just sharing with you. Yes, Mystery Diva, that yeah, what you see on the screen, that's what it felt like. I don't know if it had anything to do with it. Maybe he's totally innocent, and I was just, because I did all this research on him and all these cults and all that crap. It could be, how we carry things that we've read and so forth. We create images in our mind, and then we dream about it. Could have been that. But the onion smell and the 334. That's weird. 334. 334. Why not 333? Why not 336? Why wake up at 334 over and over and over? I don't know. Now back over here, you guys. What I did is I found the actual video of the alleged tattoo. Now I see where you guys are saying maybe it's just Maybe it's just a shadow, right? But I don't think so. So I've got 3 pictures, and then I also have Luke Daly's arm, his right arm, which we didn't have him. We had we looked at, who all did we look at? We looked at Derek Kalila, the secret mutilator that contacted Annie and Tommaso. We looked at him, no tattoos. People were like, yeah, Tommaso has tattoos. He has sleeves of tattoos. Go look at the memorial walk. I go watch it. I put it on my big screen. I put it on my, I don't know what you call it, but my editing program that allows you to see every detail. And no, all he has is dark hair on his arms. Tommaso had no tattoos in the memorial either. And the picture with the Barry, his arms out, you can fully see there's no tattoo. So I can't say that if there's a tattoo that it's Tommaso. But could they have disguised themselves? Don't know. Would Tommaso put himself in the crime? I doubt it. But we also looked at Dominic Evans, which was the previous band member of Tommaso. And no, he doesn't have any tattoos either. So I'm like, okay, that's really making me think it's not Tommaso on the porch, in my opinion. It's not Derek Kalila on the porch. Even though the lips match, he doesn't have a tattoo. And his lips match exact. So that's got me like completely confused. But then we got to Luke Daly and I had nothing. Well, now we've got his tattoo. Liam. Couple of bottles of air freshener, MD, and he gives me a $5 snipper chat. You're too funny, Liam. Thank you. It's not like that. I may, though. I'll use essential oils in a diffuser. Thank you, Liam. That is too kind. Nick UK says 334 could be a door number, a time, so many things. Yeah, I have no idea. I just thought, have they checked the dump? Ooh, Lisa. That's terrifying. Mystery Diva said Derek Kalila is connected to Tommaso. Derek had their numbers and texted Tommaso and Annie. Did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction. Yeah, right? And then the feds are like, that was fake. I don't know. Jason says, I just can't get over why Savannah didn't pay the ransom after offering it. Was it all an act? I don't know. Maybe she was following the FBI's, guides. Plug it in, plug it in. You guys are funny. All right, let's get back over. I grabbed the screenshots. So here they are. This is the best one to me. But here they are. These are the screenshots. So let's go over and mess with them. So the first one is this one. Which, yeah, that could be a shadow. That could be a shadow. Awful dark, but you never know. The thing is I doubt it's a shadow just simply because light is being cast onto that. You can see by that very light color here. But unfortunately, we don't know because it's a UV, a red light camera, right? UV lighting or whatever. Here's the other one. And then here's this one. I know they all look the same, but these are the wrists. And that's what I have. So to me, I know we're going to mess with that. I got to show you what I can do with it though. So I thought to myself, let's brighten it up and see, because that's the darkest part. Let's brighten it up. Okay. See a little better. And now let's darken the darkest parts. All we're doing is light and dark. And look at that. That's what I was looking at. Yes. Yeah, I did pray and smudge with Palo Santo. Yes, that's the perfect smell. Like horrible body odor. Horrible oniony body odor. I think it's spiritual smut. Pray and smudge with Palo Santo. Well, I definitely cleansed out, like immediately. But I'm having to wake up every night at 3:34. I wake up, and then I got to do all that, and I'm so tired at that time. But then I can't sleep. Tanya Welch says, "Can you do a thing on Chris Watts in 2018 where he murdered his whole family, his wife, his 2 daughters on board?" No, I have no interest in. He killed his family. There's no point in me doing anything with Chris Watts. He's guilty as sin. There's just no way around it. Yeah, we need to get some more on the like, you guys. Oh, Army nurse is here. Tattoo Tom. All right, let's get back over. Thank you. Hi, Army nurse lovely. Okay, you guys, so when I take away all the dark, as much as I can, now it's the whole picture. I'm taking all the light away, and I increase the contrast. You then can see a lot better what this is. And it's on the back side of the arm, says Venus star. But the family even hinted at pain with no proof of life. It is weird. No, Cheryl, I can't burn anything while I'm sleeping, hun. That's how you get a fire. Okay, so I wanted to show you this. Now, I'll come back to it. Hold on. Here you go. That's Luke Daly's other arm, but it was years ago. But it's awful high up on the arm, and we can't see if there's more where that bracelet is. But this is the arm. Laura says, I used to work in a gym. People who ate a lot of garlic smell like that when they're sweaty. Yes. Castle says black screen. I have no idea what that means. Hi. One man army, good to see you. Antoinette says rotten onion smell could also mean looking deeper, peeling layers of the onion to get to the rot. Could be. All I know is it's really, really weird. What does that mean, Castle? Hi, black screen? What are you talking about? Hi, black screen. We have somebody named Black Screen? My screen ain't black. I'd love to be on the FBI team to see the evidence and plans. That'd be interesting. She can't see that she's high as F. I have no clue who's high as F. Wait. Okay. What are you talking about, black screen? You're sorry. Okay. Why would this person say she can't see that she's high as F? That is weird. You might need to check yourself, Dalai Lama. I had screen flicker going black. I have no idea. Look right below his watch. Okay. Sometimes people say things they expect me to read their mind, and it's not going to happen. All right. Here we go. It does appear, y'all, look, that's not all of his tattoo if you ask me. There's something right in here. There's more ink. That is weird. And you can see it up here a little bit. Can you see? It comes out on this side. Does he have a bracelet of tattoo underneath the tattoo? I don't know what his tattoo said. I tried to flip it. I tried to decipher it. It has a D backward here and a D forward here. It starts with an A, P, A pause, but this could be D-R-U. Maybe it's drugs spelt this way and drugs spelt that. I don't know. Finally caught another live. Hello, Sorta Morta. Good to see you. Heather Wilson says, oh, I see it. I see the link. What? I cannot see you all. I think my fault. Okay, Castle. What does Luke's tattoo say? I don't know. Oh, Dalai Lama. I get it. Oh, so you just came in here to troll the shit out of me. All right, you said you have to be high to come up with these assumptions. You cannot make any correlations to what you are stating. Okay, all right, let's just fix this. Okay. There we go. Hey, we don't get trolls unless we're hitting on something. Okay, let me get back into this. So I do not know what this tattoo says, but in this, I flipped it. Look at this. There is something under here. And you can almost see the edge of it over here too. Now, I'm not saying he did anything. I'm just looking at tattoos to see who matches and who doesn't. And I find this very interesting. As far as what the tattoo actually says, your guess is as good as mine. In fact, you probably have a better guess than I do. Yeah, bye-bye, says Carla. Go away, Dolly. Dalai Lama, you just need to just go chill somewhere else. JG George says, get on your llama and ride out, Dolly. Y'all are good, y'all are good. All right, so let's get into this. I wanted to show you this tattoo, and then let's compare. Let's take a picture of this. I'm not saying it's a match or anything. I'm just curious. See, we could turn it about like that. But see, you can't see the part we would need to be able to see. But it is weird because this almost does look like scroll work, if you know what I'm saying. And look at this right here. Huh. That is weird. Oh, you're only barely seeing it? Hold on, let me fix it. Okay, I want to look at this. Let's make this small. How are we doing on time? We're doing okay. We're going to make it small. We're going to copy it. We're going to cut it. Crop. I just want that last bit right there, there, and there. Okay. The only thing I'm wondering about, because this is so pixelated that I can't tell, but what if this part right here is this part? It doesn't doesn't mean it's a match. I'm just saying, could it be that part, or could even this part be what we're seeing? It says angels and demons. Oh, it says angels and demons. Let me go back and look at this. Oh my golly. Hold on. I believe you are correct. might say angels and demons. I don't know though. A-N, and then the G would have to drop down, and it doesn't. But this is a D, and this is a backward D. So these are two D's that are back to back. This seems like it's written this way. This seems like it's written this way. I don't know. Could be. Looks more like under the watch. And I don't know what's under the watch. I definitely don't know what's under the watch. But we did find that. Now, let's get over here. It does look like it though, says Lynn. I don't know. It could be angels and demons. I just don't see the G in angels. But that's a good eye, I tell you. All right, so the sign. This is so weird. A fellow YouTuber, I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel because I didn't see it, but I heard about it. Dad at home dad. Can somebody tell us the name of the channel so I give them credit? Yeah, we could check for a letter style of tattoos. That's true too. Something demons could be. You can check letter style. Yeah. It is weird. It is dad. Yeah, something dad. So, Carol Shimmick, people are claiming, was poisoned in some of their theories. And the thing is that the reason I'm talking about Carol Shimmick is because Dad's Gone Live. That's it. Thank you. Dad's Gone Live, a fellow YouTuber that's covering the Nancy Guthrie case, his boots on the ground there, prayed for a sign. And then he come out of the sheriff's office and he stumbled upon these signs. Now, he did call the police and they came and got them. But what's really weird is some of them actually have a license plate number. Now, I didn't put it on here because I don't know, but some of them have a license plate. And listen, it says Guthrie and Carol Shimmick. And then it's got the county Yavapai, and it says department here, over here in a little. It says sheriffs, and it talks about lemons and roads. Now, I know there's Lemon Mountain or something over there, but it's weird because one of these guys, I believe, is a sheriff of Yavapai. The other one, I think, is chief of police or something like that. They're police related. It says state fire, and then it says Connolly. And I'm thinking that it's possible this person is trying to connect things to Shimmick, which Carol Shimmick runs a gem shop. She passed away, and people suspect she was poisoned. So there was something weird going on because she was fighting a county about not wanting meters on wells. And the county was saying they were going to put, meter the wells out, private wells or something. Forgive me, I don't know the whole story. But Carol Shimmick was like heavily into gems, like crystals and gems, right? Like me. And that's weird because Nancy Guthrie's neighbor is also into gems. Carol Shimmick also has something to do with mining, which that's what you do to get to the gems, is to mine the dirt. But Nancy Guthrie's husband was a miner for the United States government. So I don't know, is there a big connection there? It's like we're getting drug in a lot of different ways. The only thing that I thought was kind of weird is it said lemons, and it said state, and then it said fire, and it says roads. And the only thing that happened that was weird is this fatal crash that just happened. that this person just drove off the mountain, and it's in Lemons.
A deadly single car crash closed part of the road up to Mount Lemmon today for 7 hours. The crash near Milepost 5 on Catalina Highway happened around 11:30 this morning. According to the Pima County Sheriff's Department, they say a truck went through a guardrail and fell more than 100 feet into a ravine. The driver, we're told, died at the scene. The driver has been identified as 35-year-old Bethany Redondo. The investigation tonight is ongoing.
So she drove off a cliff and passed away because her car dropped hundreds of feet. I don't think it's anything related to this, but that was the only thing in Mount Lemons I could find. And the way this is spelled is like a lemon, like not lemon, so I don't know. Did this person know how to spell? Looks like my ex-husband's handwriting. He's in prison though. Robert Little says, you're right, it's Jacob, not Jason. Yes, Jason. Oh, you think Jason wrote this? Someone said it was a Forerunner. The license plate does come back to allegedly a Forerunner. It is strange. I take it serious because of that license plate that was put on there. The license plate number. Very interesting. Nancy might have the rights to a mine or mines. Well, and then you've got the gemologist that lives right by her house. Something weird. Oh my. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's sad. Done. Dad's gone live, right, Penny Rogers? All right, you guys. Today was just a wild, like all over the place, because that's what's happened to the case. We're all over the place. We're talking about Iranian Persian ex-employees that were fired by Nancy that have the same address during 2023 as Nancy, who are living allegedly in the guest house, gets fired. Now we have the FBI looking up those names and so forth, alleging, well, JLR said it, and those names, Abanusi, Mobasher, Brahaya, blah, 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 Baharamand, and Bakatir, Abanus, and Shambayati. Lord. Okay, so the whole Iranian thing and this caregiver that was fired, that's weird. We're looking at these signs. We're trying to figure out this tattoo. We're going in all different directions, but that's all I could do is just kind of like shove it in a nutshell and be like, okay, here, let's try to digest all this together. It is weird. And then I also shared the fact that I've been being woke up at 3:34 a.m. and it's like somebody's nasty onion BO or something, and it's bad. I don't know what it is, so I don't know if it matters, and I'm sure somebody is going to be like that Dalai Lama in the comments and be like, you're crazy, and I don't care what you think. I share what I share because I know that eventually it's important. So hi, little sister, how you doing? Just sitting in the back. Well, good to see you. It's all crazy. That's right. This case has gotten crazy. Might have meant on Mount Lemmon on that road instead of roads. That's interesting too. We're going to have to look at this a little bit. All right, my lovelies. With that, I just wanted to let you know we're going to pull some cards on the ex-caregiver. Caregiver came up a number of times in Nancy's readings. Did I make a mistake? I always assumed that Annie was the caregiver. What if Jesus, who reads the cards for me, I read the cards, but Jesus gives it to me, because that's all I'll accept is Jesus to give me the answers. But what if caregiver meant a previous caregiver? I don't know. We've had caregiver come up quite often in Nancy's read. So I'm going to pull some cards. If that's not your thing, then just go ahead and skip the next step, and I will see you again very soon. And if you're continuing on with me, there'll be about a 5-minute little reprieve to get yourself a drink, get yourself something to snack on, jump back in, and we'll do the reading together. And after that, we're going to hand it over to the PIs today to ask some questions, and we'll find out what they ask and what the answers are. Say a prayer for Nancy Guthrie, and I love you very, very much. To the moon and back. See you later.
The dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemy